How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I have my last non-sellable Face of the Franchise pack. We also have a ton of upcoming news in MLB The Show 22, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Not the greatest pull there. I would have preferred Devin Williams or Brian Reynolds, but we get a different switch hitter in Tommy Edman, who's pretty good against lefties. I might use him as a pinch hitter. But I also have a couple of choice packs. I already opened up the NL Central choice pack and decided to select Marcus Stroman. I also sold him. Here we have Luis Robert, and I'm definitely going to keep this guy because there is an upcoming Face of the Franchise event that will take place, and I think we might have a brand new Face of the Franchise player. I'm kind of hoping that the event has a brand new Face of the Franchise reward, but we do have an updated schedule here, a ton of content that's coming out in MLB The Show 22. We have the Parallel Paradise event that features Face of the Franchise cards, live series, and probably the Babe Ruth and Anthony Rendon that you can unlock throughout those programs. During the last two events, we had a hitter reward at 10 wins or so, and then a pitching reward at 15 or 25 wins. So I think we're going to get a hitter as a reward for this upcoming event, and hopefully it's a Face of the Franchise Mookie Betts, or maybe a Face of the Franchise Ketel Marte. I just happen to have a feeling that they're going with some type of infielder because the last two rewards were hitters in Alfonso Soriano and Willie Mays. I'm hoping that we get a better overall card, but nonetheless, we should expect to see a Jackie Robinson program on April 15th, Jackie Robinson Day. I'm super excited. I have a feeling that we're going to get this gold card, and we'll have a bunch of missions or some type of program that could potentially be very similar to the Evolution program that we had a couple of years ago, where we would unlock this Diamond Jackie Robinson at an 88 overall, and then potentially unlock a 94 overall Jackie Robinson, or something close to it. I think that this card would be pretty usable. I think it would be very effective, and it could ultimately lead to this 99 overall Jackie Robinson. I don't necessarily think that will happen. This card would be way too juiced this early on in the year. I mean, we had this card at launch during last year's game, but it was not a free grindable type of program like I think we're going to get for Jackie Robinson Day. But if that makes sense, then we will expect to see some type of 90 overall Jackie Robinson. Maybe it's a less juiced 99 and it has, still has enough power, maybe in the 70s, maybe it's a 93 or a 94. I'm kind of thinking that they're going to give us some type of Jackie Robinson that is very similar to, the difference between Face of the Franchise Mike Trout and Live Series Mike Trout. Maybe like a nerfed version that's still very good. I'm just kind of hoping for the best. But nonetheless, the content has been great so far, and I've also enjoyed the gameplay. I know in some of these games, the games that I've lost have been games that I haven't necessarily hit, or I've been kind of on the later side of good and I'm kind of lining out. But overall, I'm really excited about this year's game. I know you can pretty much foul off everything, and sometimes I get frustrated with the way I have to pitch because you really have to kind of attack different spots of the strike zone. You can really hit everything, or at least foul it off, especially if you have guys with high contact attributes and good power. I really like these supercharged players, and I'm using a ton of them in this event gameplay here. Probably 4 or 5 of them. I have a couple guys on my bench. I've just been having a ton of fun with the different variety of game modes and the different things that you can grind in this game. I have the game for the Switch, and I have yet to even try it out. I've just been playing on my PlayStation 5. But I will eventually get around to that. I'm just trying to grind and trying to flip on the market, make a lot of stubs, so that way I can unlock a lot of these cards and, debut a lot of these brand new players that we're going to get. We will also have a brand new headliner card, and some of those cards have been pretty good so far. I've picked up a few of them. I thought Spencer Torkelson was part of the Big Dog pack. I haven't bought any packs in the pack shop this year, but I did get the headliner set 1, Spencer Torkelson. I thought that card's pretty good. I also have the Billy Wagner. I don't have the Kenny Lofton, but I'm excited to see who we're going to get for headliner set 4. Let me know in the comment section who you think it's going to be. There's a good chance we see a couple of infielders coming out. We've had a couple of outfielders release in the event reward, as I was mentioning a little earlier on in the video. But nonetheless, if you are no money spent, if you are a budget squad, you have these supercharged players. I mean, I picked up some of these bronze and silver and gold cards for, 5, 10K stubs. And, they're not going to be long-term options. They're only good for 2 days or so. But in terms of like this event and stuff like that, I think that it adds more fun. It adds more strategy. It adds a little bit of spice to the gameplay. And I like it. Here we're hitting a perfect with Ian Happ. This one doesn't get out of here. We're playing at Wrigley Field. And that's another thing I kind of want to talk a little bit about. I'm hoping that we get a couple more stadiums. I know they introduced the Field of Dreams Stadium. And I know that I can personally, customize any type of created stadium. But you really have to kind of play at max elevation in this year's game in order to get the best results. As far as I've played so far, I mean, I've almost played about 100 games in terms of 3 innings and 9 innings. I've probably up there with right around 100 games played. And I've had the most fun playing at Laughing Mountain Field or Coors Field. Those have been really the two only options for me. Maxed out elevation. I'm not the greatest player, but I try my best to, put up a lot of runs, hit a lot of home runs, and make these videos a little bit more entertaining with that type of gameplay. But with that said, I'm playing a lot of games here at Laughing Mountain and Coors. Those are going to be my main 2 fields. Unless we get more options in the game. I think that would be really cool to see. More, minor league fields with maxed out elevation. I think they want to go away from that, though, because of the way they nerfed Ship It. I don't know. I hope they don't nerf Laughing Mountain because a lot of people are playing at it. I think that's kind of the consensus, though, that a lot of people are playing at those types of stadiums. I've played at a few created stadiums with the maxed out elevation, and it's a lot of fun as well. But you kind of limit yourself to playing only next generation players, and while that's great, I do like the fact that we have cross-platform and cross-play in this type of thing. And also, I'm thinking about like the general population of the game. I know that there's probably a lot more people playing on the older generation consoles. I don't know. I'm thinking about just the way the game is going, the kind of the dynamic that it's adjusting to. But I think there's a lot of big things to come with content and with this game. I know there's going to be patches coming out. I know there's going to be more updates. And I just hope that this game still plays the way it kind of is with adjustments to keep improving it, because I'm having a ton of fun with this game. I haven't really played on any other difficulties other than All-Star, but I'm loving it. Ranked Seasons is great, the event is great, and at this point in the year, I've already been able to play a lot more games than I did last year with the problems that I had with my own console. But I'm really excited about all the brand new stuff that's coming to this game. I've had a ton of fun with the events that have been out so far, and I'm going to play that Face of the Franchise event. One thing I'm kind of speculating on, I don't think this is going to happen, but I did kind of want to mention it just in case that it does. We could potentially see a Face of the Franchise collection in the future. So some of those cards could fluctuate in price quite a bit. The more you have, the better off you'll be, I think. And long term, you're going to want some of those cards anyway when there is a bigger collection released, months and months from now. But that's later on. I just happen to think that that 99 Jackie Robinson could be out, but there might be a collection behind it. There could be some type of thing like that. But regardless, I know we're going to get at least a Jackie Robinson that looks very similar to the 94 overall. And there is some hope that we maybe see a lesser version of this 99. Maybe a 95 overall. I don't know. That might be too high to give someone a free 95 overall Jackie Robinson this early on. That 94 would be good, but it wouldn't be overpowered. I could see that. We'll have to wait and see. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Until next time, peace out.